Hi, everyone. Win Claybaugh here, and welcome to our first fundraising Fireburner for our 2025 fundraising campaign. So, every few weeks, we're going to check in. We're going to share some success tips that we've learned over the many, many years that we've been doing this, but also we're going to be sharing some victories that we hear from you each week. What's working in your schools? That's going to be valuable information for all of you to utilize. Now, this is our 22nd year of fundraising, and I couldn't be more proud of this legacy that we have. So, over that past 21 years, future professionals and team members just like you have volunteered their time and talent to raise, you guys get this, over $26 million. My gosh, who can say that? $26 million. And that hasn't happened because we get large donations. We don't get $1,000 donations. We get $5 at a time, $10 at a time. You guys are making a difference. Again, $26 million for a host of local and national charities. But before we go any further, you guys, I'm so excited. The first co host that I wanted to have as we launch this fundraising campaign is with us today. Her name is Camilla Dunbar. She's also known as Ms. Hair and Humor, is known throughout the world for her knotless braiding techniques. Her braiding mastery has been seen, I love this, in Sesame Street, the Sex and the City reboot series, and just like that, Beyonce's Black is King film, and 2 world tours with Madonna. As a guest artist for the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation, Camilla has visited many of our Palm Mitchell schools to share her beautiful message that anything is possible. So, Camilla, oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful. You know, the thing I love about you, I think I barely even get the question out, and you're already saying yes. You just say yes.
Thank you, and hi, everybody.
So why do you always say yes? You know, what is it about? First of all, I know because I saw a posting that you recently did. You said something along the lines that you've really settled in that your purpose, your passion is education,
Yes.
but that you're always saying yes to our fundraising, to helping us make a difference. Why is that?
Well, first of all, little fun fact, I don't know if I told you, but one of my first goals or dreams rather before I came into the industry was to attend a Paul Mitchell school. So there's a little tug in my heart for Paul Mitchell before I became a cosmetologist. But giving back, especially the way that Paul Mitchell does resonates with me and it just makes sense to me because if you have knowledge or resources, why would you keep it to yourself? Right? It acknowledges that there's room for all of us. And it's one of the reasons that I love being a stylist and an educator because seeing someone light up is that's the whole purpose.
Hmm. Okay, just I gotta share this with all of you. So Madonna came into concert. I don't know, when was it? Like October of 2024, maybe, or something like that, or September. Anyway, so I tell you, Camilla, George and I are going to the Madonna concert in LA. You're like, oh, where are your seats? So I tell you where our seats are, right? And then all of a sudden, we barely sit down, and there you are. So you find your way to our seats, and we got to take some pictures and talk for a little bit. But then, of course, you're doing the tour, you're doing the concert, so you got to leave and go work, right?
Yeah.
So, like, maybe 30 minutes into the concert, security comes by. They're like, Mr. Claybaugh. I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? I'm like getting kicked out the concert. I haven't done anything, right? Mr. Claybaugh, yeah. He's like, Madonna would like to host you downstairs, and you can sit down there. Like, already you were on it.
I
So
was.
I just had to throw that out there because, first of all, I get to drop your name and Madonna's name, and that I was really cool that night. So thank
But
you.
that's part of it. That's the give back immediate. And that what I did for you is not is small compared to the things that Paul Mitchell and the team has done for me. So it's a it's a great ecosystem, is what I'll say.
Well, you're a sweetheart. And by the way, and we're going to talk about first 100 winners. You guys, first 100 winners, you are getting a day of education with Camilla in Los Angeles right after
Yeah,
the day of the gala. So thanks again for saying yes to that.
absolutely.
So our goal this year is to raise $1.5 million. And even though we're just getting started, we already have a lot of victories to celebrate. I had the honor of joining Pummage of the School in Costa Mesa. That's right here in my backyard for their kickoff party where their passion, their purpose, my gosh, the energy was off the charts. Get this, between their day and night school one events, they raised $8,700. The Costa Mesa School has a lot of exciting events lined up, including a day of aesthetics education at their Skin Summit fundraiser.
So I want to say that we call it the one event because the goal is to raise $1,000 in 1 hour. So I really hope that the schools add this to their calendar. Everybody comes together to call and text and email their family and friends. And schools consistently raise anywhere from 3,000 to even as high as 10,000 or more in 1 hour. It's insane.
It's unbelievable. You see these things happen. I always like to do this in my seminars. Well, I'll point to somebody in the audience. I'm like, "Can you please stand up?" And of course, they stand up. Now sit down. Sit down. See, you only get what you ask for. Guys, if you want the $5 donations, you have to ask for them. And I think that people, tell me what you think about this, Camilla. I think that people first of all genuinely have beautiful, kind hearts. And I believe that people are looking for an opportunity to make a difference. And
I,
so when we
I
come to
agree.
them and say, "You guys, I'm passionate about this cause," and you name the cause, whether it's animal health and rescue, whether it's building clean water wells, whether it's the fight against sex trafficking, there's 10 different charities plus the local charities that we're supporting. And when you share with them your personal story and you give them the opportunity, don't you think that people are looking for that opportunity?
I absolutely do think so. I don't come from the train of thought that people are out here just wanting to be stingy. I do think giving is, like I said, it's something that comes back. It feeds your soul and it's natural. That's me though.
Well, that's why you and I are here together. So, so we have a lot of victories to share. So get this, check out the Paul Mitchell School in San Antonio. I love them, what they do year after year. You guys, they already raised 5,692 with their one event.
And Paul Mitchell School of Great Lakes raised over $1,000 with theirs. A learning leader there named Lacey, who is also a Great Lakes alum, she wanted to create some magic that she experienced as a future professional. So she dressed up as Jim Carrey and had a whole red carpet event. And as the host for the evening, she introduced visionary students who spoke about each charity as they impersonated people like Dolly Parton, Kevin Hart, Kourtney Kardashian, and they're looking forward to their upcoming parking lot sale and other exciting things. I'm trying to think who I would have been if I was at Great Lakes. I'm like, I would have to go with Beyonce. I would have to straighten out the fro.
There you go.
I would have
There
been
you go.
Beyonce.
I love it. Okay, so now we have to talk about these summer fundraising events that some of our schools have done, including barber battles. And I love that schools are doing these. So several schools reported early victories with things like, well, first of all, the Costa Mesa School already held their second annual barber battle, which, get this, it was organized and led by Daniel. So Daniel is currently a cosmetology future professional who already graduated from the barbering course last year. So get this, because the barber battle raised over $6,000, Daniel has already qualified as a first 100 winner for the second year in a row. So Camilla, he's going to be there with you. You're going to adore this
I
boy. What
love
what what he's
it.
already done, the passion that he has is just it's incredible.
I love it. And Paul Mitchell, the school Fresno, also has a barber battle on their calendar. And it's filled with student and professional barber competitions, a vendor mall, exciting stage presentations. And if this sounds like an event that you'd like to try, check out the fundraising idea book or reach out to one of those schools to get their tips on how they made it successful.
Guys, you can reach out to me directly and I'll connect you with the Paul Mitchell schools who have been successful with their barber battles. We learn what works, what does not work. So make sure you set yourself up to win with that. And several of our schools held fundraisers in conjunction with local summer events in their communities, like Paul Mitchell the School in Portsmouth raised over $2,000 for their local charity, doing like face painting, selling tinsel, rainbow braid booth. Get this, their what they called their lights, camera, action launch party included a pizza parter, pieing their staff in the face. People love that one. I don't know. And of course, they had their one event. They're also getting ready for their big Met Gala through the year's fashion show.
Well, here's one that I personally love. Paul Mitchell, the school, Michigan, they raised over $1,000 in 4 hours at the Shelby Summerfest with a braiding and tinsel booth. Right up my alley.
Braiding. By the way, just how can people follow you? So tell us your Insta and all that because you got to see the work that Camilla is doing.
Oh, thank you, Win. So my page is at MS Hair, HAIR, and Humor, HUMOR. And I also have my teaching page at Knotless Nation. So that's where you can get all the gems.
We'll put this on here. So you guys, you got to follow her, uh, and you're gonna adore her, the work that she does. Oh, and I did a podcast with you, so they
Yes.
can go on plugged in and listen to the podcast that I did with Camilla.
Mhm.
Okay, so Palm Mitchell School in Greenville, they are on this every single year. Their Be Nice Club raised $200 with their Doggy Dip for Donations
Awesome.
event. So, in addition to dog washing, they offered photos, pet products, and treats for both the pups and for the humans. And they also showcased two local adoption agencies. I love this. So, not just raising money, but also raising awareness
Mhm.
and just as humans need to be groomed to look their best, you can imagine that these dogs who are up for adoption, they need to be groomed as well so that they have a better chance at that too. So I just love that they're giving back in so many levels.
Absolutely. I want to share that Paul Mitchell, the school East Bay, got off to a great start by raising over $1,000 with their soul food sale. And Paul Mitchell, the school Columbus, one of my favorite schools, has already raised almost $10,000. Their calendar includes a coffee bar, a walking taco lunch, plus some super fun raffles for their future professionals.
Beautiful. So before we share a few more victories and ideas, I want to remind everyone to plan lots of events that don't tap into the pockets of your students and your team members. I mean, it's great that you're involving them, but be sure to include activities geared toward your local community. It's wonderful to have fundraising events like Casual for a Cause, your bake sales, your lunch events in your schools for your students and for your team, but make sure that your calendar is also filled with classes, pet fashion shows, one events, the daddy do's classes, which I love. So Camilla, get this. So what we do, we've done this at my daughter's school several years in a row, where
Mhm.
for $100 we sell tickets where a dad brings her daughter, and we teach the dad how to style the daughter's hair
I
because
love that.
that's a mom's thing, right? And so for the dad to have that private time, and by the way, you should have seen me in that class trying to do my daughter's hair. The look on her face was not a pleasant one, but just the idea of being able to have that connection, and it sells out like crazy. $100, you come and we teach you how to do your daughter's hair. So anyway, check that out because there's those opportunities as well. And then also, don't forget about other fundraising events that are not taking money out of the pockets of your students and team members, like the Little Royals Party, fashion shows, cut-a-thons, again, the barber battles, and other events that the public can support and donate to. Okay, now let's talk about your Deck Your Walls contest. We've been doing this for several years. I think this is the seventh year in a row. And what this is you deck out your walls. Your school is just decked out. Everybody knows there's something going on. And by the way, those posters, so there's a poster for all the different charities that we're representing, that creates a conversation. And I believe that those are conversations that truly matter. What is that poster about food for Africa? What's that all about? Oh, well, guess what? We've been raising money, and every single year we are feeding, clothing, and educating 10,000 orphans every single year, and we've been doing that since 2006. Those are conversations that your team members and your future professionals get to have with guests, with visitors in your schools. And what this does is it creates that conversation. So yeah, you have your posters, but you also have your thermometer that shows how much money you're raising, and you're adding to that on a regular basis. But the winning school, so the school that wins this contest, both myself and Kathy Buckley will be in your school for a day of education.
That's so amazing. And Paul Mitchell, the school Maryville, went all out with their Scooby Doo theme. Speaking of other things that you could do, fundraising creative master Caitlin Pentecost gave a shout out to the best team for executing such a creative design.
This creativity is just over the top. So, with their circus, circus, circus theme, Palm to the School Sarasota is celebrating their city's history as the former home of Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. After 15 years of fundraising and donating, team member Julie Flores there in Sarasota has a very personal passion for this year's campaign, and especially for the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation, because get this, after the recent Hurricane Milton flooded her home and left her trapped without power for 2 weeks, she says, I am forever grateful for our Palm Mitchell Schools network for coming together to not only help me and my family so I could also help others, but also helping our future professionals. The fundraising that you guys are doing, this is what the money is for. So thank you so much to Sarasota and everything that you have going on there.
And I know you mentioned the thermometer before, but does your school have a thermometer to track your fundraising progress? It's not too late to put one up. In addition to creating a fabulous atmosphere, decking your walls could win you that day with Win and Kathy Buckley in your school.
I think, let's see, in the past, I know Kathy and we went to Wichita. I know we've gone to Lexington. We went to St. Louis. We went to Salt Lake City. So we're excited to hit the road and come and see your schools. We're very, very excited about this contest. In fact, we're going to actually extend the deadline for entering this contest one more week. So you have until Friday, August the 22nd at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So you still have a few more days to enter. Fundraising leaders can email your photos to Nancy at winclaybaugh.com, and you'll find full details about the contest on the hub in the fundraising section.
And don't forget, you have to submit photos of your fundraising wall and the thermometer to be considered.
So now we want to talk about the first 100 contests. So uh, just remind everybody, the first 100 future professionals, team members, national educators, and Paul Mitchell School alumni who raise $3,000 individually will get to attend the fundraising gala on Sunday night, October the 19th, followed by a day of education on Monday, October the 20th.
Cannot wait. And I really want to congratulate everyone who's raising money and working to qualify for the first 100. I'm so excited to be one of the educators this year. And I can't wait to see you in Los Angeles, where I'll be joined by celebrity hairstyling duo Nico and Tanya Abriol and makeup artist Patrick Santana.
So in your hands-on class at
Mhm.
this day of education, give them a preview. What are they going to experience? What are they going to learn?
So I, of course, want to go into knotless braiding because that's what I've become known for. There's still a lot of work to do with that, but more importantly, I also want to talk about preparing how to service someone with naturally curly, coily, kinky hair. So I'm going to deep dive into tips and things that will make the process easier. And if we have time, we may talk about getting into braid designs.
Beautiful. She's the girl. She's the one you want to learn from. So again, you're the best. Okay, so
Thank
as
you.
we're recording this message, we already have 15. We just barely started the campaign. We already have 15 confirmed winners in the first 100 contests. Get this, including 3 of those winners came from Palmer to the School Lexington,
Wow.
5 winners already from Palmer to the School in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's financial services leader, Ginger, credits their part time advisor, Barbie, for sharing her unforgettable experience of meeting Angus Mitchell at ELT. And her story encouraged 5 future professionals to secure their spots, and 2 more are almost there.
That amazing.
Hmm.
Palmer to the School Lexington, the owner and director there, Jeremy Teal, spoke to the school about the excitement that happens at the fundraising gala and the day of education. So just the owner director standing in front of the future professionals and team members and just sharing his experience and his passion about the gala and about fundraising in general. That's how they automatically came up with three to qualify for the first 100.
And for the latest news about how many spots are left each week, watch for the fundraising e-blasts and the upcoming Fireburners.
I have to tell you, we love seeing your creativity and your victories. So always, always include the campaign hashtag PMTS Gives 25 when you share on social media. Now, that's the one we look for when we're searching for schools to celebrate in our e blasts, our photo albums, and fire burners. So please, please share with us what you're doing.
Yes, and if you already posted something and forgot to add the hashtag, just go back, edit, and add it right now.
Perfect. Okay, so we have a tip of the week. Um, Before we wrap things up, the tip of the week is a reminder about the Andrew Gomez online donation site. It's easy to use, and the donations are instantly credited to your school, so you don't have to keep track of the cash, the checks, and credit card information.
And the online donation site is also great for tracking your first 100 progress. Donors can select your school and enter the name of the person that they want to support.
It's super easy, you guys. And I just want to acknowledge and thank our Palm Mitchell School franchise owner and Andrew Gomez board member, Charles Reiser, because he manages the site. So if you have any questions about online donations, please have your school's fundraising creative master contact Charles at charles.reiser@andrewgomez.org and visit the hub for more information about using the online donation site.
I noticed that this year's fundraising posters and mirror talkers have a QR code that goes to the fundraising website. So make sure to tell everyone that they can scan and click the code to access the donation link and learn more about the fundraising campaign.
And I have to do a shout out to everybody who has been involved in creating the marketing, so that the posters, the designs, adding a QR code. I love being around people who are smarter and more talented than I am. But my gosh, the materials this year to help your schools get organized and to communicate the campaign with your team members and your guests, just brilliant. So I'm so grateful to all of you for doing that. So Camilla, I just again, you're a dream. I just adore you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today to help us create this message, and then also thank you in advance for what you're going to do on October the 20th, the day after our gala. So before we wrap things up, do you have a final message for our wonderful schools?
I just want to say that this fundraising event is literally legacy in motion. And I do believe that Paul Mitchell and the future professionals, they set the standard consistently. And with this being the 22nd year, it's just carrying the torch for the next generation. So congrats in advance. And just remember what I said before, like giving always comes back and finds you, sometimes even better than you gave it in the first place. So
I can add
thank you,
nothing to that.
Win.
You're amazing. Okay, so now you guys, please keep watching for some very special messages. They're super short, but the first one is Nicole Scherzinger. She's a proud ambassador for CAST, which is the Coalition to Abolish Slavery and Trafficking. Did you watch the Tonys? She won. Get this, you guys. She won the Tony. Isn't that incredible? For Best Leading Actress in a Musical, her performance in Sunset Boulevard. But of course, we know her from Pussycat Dolls. And you're also going to watch a video from Dean Banowitz. He's our favorite Hollywood hair guy. I think he's on set at American Idol when he shoots this video for you guys, as he talks about being one of this year's prizes for our top 20 contest. So you guys, to all of you, on behalf of my very good friend Camilla, we love you. We're so, so grateful. This is the beginning of the campaign, you guys. We wish you the best of success. Thanks, Camilla.
Thank you, Win. Thanks, everyone.
Love you, baby.
Love you back.
Tonight, I want to thank all of you in this room and in the Paul Mitchell Schools family, the future professionals, school and salon owners, and especially Win, Claybaugh. I was nervous backstage when I met you, Win. I was shivering in my boots. And then I met Ian and he stole my heart for being such incredible partners to Cast. So far, you have raised well over $500,000 to support Cast's work. Yes. Every dollar you have raised has helped to reach some of the most vulnerable people in our society. Being a foster kid or being poor and just wanting a better life for your family should not make it easy for someone to exploit you. I am so grateful to all of you for helping us change this. Thank you so much for supporting Cast. God bless you all. Have a good night.
Hey, Paul Mitchell, featured professionals. It's Dean Vanowitz, Hollywood hair guy. And we are backstage at American Idol getting ready for a huge, huge show. But I wanted to jump on here and say I am so excited to be able to come to one of the top fundraising schools. It's such a great opportunity for me to give back a day of education to all of you that are working so incredibly hard. Congratulations in advance on all of the funds that you're raising to make a huge difference in a lot of lives around the world. You make me proud, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. Thank you for this opportunity. All right, let's go make some money.